2136, we got shots fired. People say 2 kids in black jackets. We have shots fired on the west side. 1190, we have multiple victims over here. Anybody have a description on the shooter?
A champion celebration becomes a scene of sheer panic as gunfire rings out at the end of today's Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade and rally.
Tonight, several children are among those being treated for serious injuries as police look for a motive for today's chaos.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tim Seaman.
And I'm Sophie Erber. Tonight we are learning more details about this deadly shooting that happened after a rally for the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl win.
We now know the identity of the person who was killed during today's incident and the latest in law enforcement's investigation. All in our top story tonight at 10. According to Kansas City radio station KKFI's Facebook page, DJ Lisa Lopez was the person killed during today's shooting. Police have recovered at least one firearm from the scene. Union Station tonight closed to the public.
Authorities have 3 people in custody. Officials add that they do not have information on a motive for today's shooting. 21 people were injured in total, including at least 11 children. 8 victims identified as having immediate life-threatening injuries.
7 others also received injuries that were potentially life-threatening, and 6 had minor injuries. Authorities have not released the ages of those injured, but officials at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City tonight say they treated children ages 6 to 15. A hospital representative saying that despite what they witnessed, all will recover from their injuries. The investigation still ongoing tonight.
Fear. The one word I would just use to describe what we saw and how they felt when they came to us was fear. We are also going to have to make sure that we stay in tune to what is the care that's needed after the violence that has been seen, not only for the children we treated, but I would encourage us to think about that for all of the children and families in the community.
About 800,000 people gathered for today's celebration, along with about 800 law enforcement officers.
President Joe Biden said today's shooting, quote, cuts deep into the American soul. Reporter Sean McDowell continues our coverage with the first-hand accounts of some of those caught in the chaos.
What started out as a Super Bowl celebration turned into a nightmare Wednesday afternoon in Kansas City at the conclusion of the Chiefs Super Bowl victory rally. A mass shooting sent people running for their lives.
So I heard shots coming out at the very end of the parade. It was very loud. It kind of sounded like fireworks. I was super confused. People started running over from that side away from it.
When we were in Union Station, some of the officers was telling us to go out and the other ones wouldn't let us come out. So we was like kind of stuck in between, and it was just a lot of people crying.
Among those who were injured, several children. This parent details how shrapnel hit his son's clothing in the incident.
He was crying, "Daddy, I'm scared." And I said, "Be strong, just like I told you, be strong, and I'm coming." But then I couldn't go because they said, just wait because it's chaotic.
Condolences are pouring in for the victims from the Chiefs and players. The team issued this statement saying, in part, our hearts go out to the victims, their families, and all of Kansas City.
We had over 800 officers there, staffed, situated all around Union Station today. We had security in any number of places, eyes on top of buildings and beyond. And there still is a risk to people. And I think that's something that all of us who are parents, who are just regular people living each day, have to decide what we wish to do about it.
Again, that's reporter Sean McDowell reporting tonight from Kansas City.